and welcome to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here today for a pick a card reading. Welcome to my beautiful returning subscribers. As always, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for your beautiful comments. Thank you to all of my new subscribers as well this month. Be sure to drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. I just offer my subscribers a chance to win a free reading as a thank you for your support here, for your presence on my channel. I really appreciate you guys. So if you're new to the channel or you are a returning subscriber, don't forget to leave a comment. Even an emoji is fine as an entry, and be sure to hit your like button, your notification bell. It really helps me to bring you guys more content, and it helps me to choose the winner and to notify you if you're chosen the winner as well. I don't DM or solicit readings, so please protect yourselves in here on YouTube, but also on Instagram and in the comment section. I will notify you if you're chosen the winner via the comment section underneath your comment, but I will give you clear instructions on how to reach out to me to get the ball rolling. But welcome to today's reading. Today's topic is all about the person on your mind and what do they wish that they could say to you right this moment. So right now, the person on your mind, what do they wish they could tell you? We have 3 piles to choose from, and today we are dealing with the Disney's Alice in Wonderland Tarot. So our first pile for pile 1 is Judgment here with the little gray flower. Pile number 2 with the mystery card and the yellow flower. And pile number 3 with the Fool card and the red flower. So whichever piles are calling out to you, you could be attracted to more than one pile, for instance. There may be a message waiting for you. My timestamps are listed below. I'm going to jump into pile number 1. And again, today's topic is all about the person on your mind and what do they wish they could say to you right this moment. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the little gray flower and to the Judgment card, and this is your reading. What does the person on your mind wish that they could say to you right this moment? The Judgment card here is the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, and he often said in that movie he's late for a very important date. You can see that this rabbit is kind of sounding an alarm or sounding some type of message to you. So it's like they want, and plus the rabbit for me as well is a very strong emphasis on the Page of Wands and really wanting more curiosity filled and really wanting to fuel their curiosity with you. Someone who's very much still interested. So they may have a lot to say. The Judgment is also speaking about a lot of thought that goes towards you. So this person perhaps has been thinking about you quite a bit or reflecting a lot about the past or missed opportunities in general. So let's take a look here. What do they wish they could say to you, pile number 1, right now? Whoops. The person on pile 1, the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Oops. We have, the 2 of Cups with the Knight of Swords. What do they wish they could say right now to pile number 1, please? We have the 7 of Cups with the 10 of Wands. I also just saw the Queen of Cups. So you could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, perhaps. The Chariot, Cancer energy. This person wants to begin by saying that they're very much confused about the whole connection in general in this present moment. They get a lot of fantasies out of this connection, but they don't know how you're feeling. And that really bears a huge weight on their shoulders of the unknown. First of all, the unknown on what could be or what could have been, but also the unknown of how you're feeling. It's really being emphasized here. There's the 3 of Cups, and here's the 8 of Wands. They're also saying that they really, it doesn't feel like necessarily like you're in disconnect from this person completely. I feel like there's a friendship here that has been in place, and they're really speaking about this friendship and about how you sort of set yourself apart to them, that they've noticed that you're different in your friend group. So if you're friends with this person, or maybe you're a coworker with this person, they just feel like you set yourself apart in some way. You're a little bit different. And there's this pressure that they have inside of them that they want to say something to you. They have so much to say to you. And I feel like they're almost like on the edge of their seat sometimes to say it. As I said, I'm dealing with the collective, and I don't feel like all of you are in separation from this person necessarily, but I think there's an emotional disconnect. Because they're too afraid to say that they wish that they could be in a relationship with you. And they're afraid that maybe they're too late. They could be afraid that they've been sort of friend zoned at this point, or that there's a lot of complications that they're afraid you won't want to be interested in this connection. With the Death cycle. What just saw the Knight of Wands and Wheel of Fortune. This person really also wants to speak about the action that they want to take with you. Like they want to take action with the Knight of Wands. But look at this little cat and mouse. So this cat and mouse game that the two of you play, perhaps again, it's a friendship, a flirtation that's going on. They feel like you guys have come to this crossroads in this flirtation, and they are confused by the cat and mouse game. They want more than just friendship from you, pile one. But it's like they're already jumping to conclusions and assuming that perhaps you're not feeling the same way, that they don't have your support in some way as well. Supporting the Devil card, please, Spirit. We have Capricorn energy, and we have so much conflict with the Five of Swords supporting the Capricorn energy here. There's this feeling about them really protecting themselves. So they really want to say that. They want to say, you know, I want to say something to you. I want to ask you something. I want to offer you something. I want more out of this connection, but I'm really afraid that maybe you'll reject me. I'm really afraid that I'll lose what we have already in the capacity of friendship, or just that it'll be awkward between us. They're really worried about change, unless it's positive change. It's like the only change they want here is positive change, and they're really concerned about rejection. I do feel like they also want to communicate to you that they've felt a lot of intention towards you for quite some time as well. We have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the King of Swords. And this person, they could be a Pisces or an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but they may come across as really confident, but the truth is that they're really insecure. I almost feel like this person's a little bit maybe on the nerdy side, and that's not a put down at all. It's actually almost like a compliment. It's like this, they're very intelligent, or they have a very they're very smart in one area, like they have a really profound interest in something, and it makes me feel like they feel like they're like this is a bad thing, like being a little bit nerdy is a bad thing, and maybe you won't accept them, or you don't find them as attractive as they find you, because they're really concerned about that, and they want to turn things around. But every time they think about turning things around, this Devil gets right in the way of their Chariot. They're very protective of themselves. It's like they want to keep you in the capacity of which they have you. If this is all they can have is this friendship, then they'll accept that. But they fantasize about more. It says the candle, you'll be shown the way. And there's all of these lilies surrounding the candle, which is a symbol of spiritual love. We also have here disappointment in a friend or lover. And I feel like there's an emphasis on friendship here, a disappointment in the friendship. And this flute, I always think about announcing something. It makes me feel like this person also has almost spoken to you about this before, but they've always held back when they had this opportunity. They sometimes get disappointed in themselves because they've chickened out, I hear. They've chickened out. But they just have this pressure to say something to you now. They want movement, they want communication, they want fire with you, but they don't know if you want it too. And so they're protecting their own interests in the present moment and even into the near future. You need to defend yourself, and that's what they're concerned about. They're concerned about this cat and mouse game. They're concerned that it's just one-sided. That's their fear. And what holds them back from announcing how they feel, from executing some type of action towards you, it holds them back. We have here, but they have great worry over nothing. And we have compliments from an admirer. And it does feel like they would be the type to be very complimentary when it comes to you. And that's their way of telling you how they feel without actually telling you how they feel in the present moment, because they're trying to shield themselves from some type of rejection from you. We do have November being significant on the back of that deck as well. What do they wish they could say, please, right this moment? To pile number one. We have here nonsense. It's time to talk sense. And the card wanted to come in the reversal. I don't normally read these in the reversal when they come out, but this card is the Queen of Cups. And again, this is an Alice in Wonderland oracle, actually. And this Queen of Cups, I feel like the nonsense energy is coming from their fear over it being one-sided. That it's, if they were honest with themselves, or if they could step away from their own fear in this present moment, they'd realize that that is maybe nonsense. But they sometimes wonder if your feelings towards them, if they get this inclination of attraction from you, oops, on the floor, they may think that that's nonsense as well. We have uncertainty and wake up. It's your moment. And I feel like they're on the cusp or on this precipice of change, of wanting to make change in this connection. But they're so afraid to express themselves. And so they're expressing themselves through this reading about that pressure that they feel, about the fear of the unknown, and how they have so much they want to say. And this Knight of Swords, now he's just supporting the Two of Cups because they want the relationship, but they're jumping to conclusions when they think that it's one-sided. Back of the deck says nature communication, flower energies, fairy energies, and elemental messengers. And every time I think of this card, I think about grounding myself and making a plan. So this person has perhaps a plan or some type of intention towards you, but as I see it progressing forward, I feel like they're going to hit a bit of a wall when it comes to their uncertainty or their fear. And that's what they're speaking about here as well. Something that they really wish they could say to you right now is, help me. It's like, give me an indication of these feelings. They're really emphasizing the cat and mouse game and how it's sort of opening up. They're afraid to sort of open up some type of portal. You know, this is the Ouija board. It's like they're afraid to move forward and afraid of opening up a can of worms, like a Pandora's box, and they won't be able to take it back, and they'll have to deal with pain or rejections or some type of discomfort. Let's get a couple of message cards here from the Eternal Messages deck. What do they wish that they could say right now, please, to pile number 1? They're worried that they're too late. They're like, I'm late for a very important date. I've been receiving your telepathic messages. It's like, I wonder if you're feeling the same way, because I've been picking up vibes from you in perhaps this cat and mouse game that they feel like the two of you play with each other. This friendship flirtation where the lines are definitely blurred. I know that you're my twin flame, so you're prompting them to act. They're hoping that the connection is mirrored, that you do feel the same way. I don't want to be with anyone else. Like they can, and that's what I always feel with the Chariot sometimes. Just know I'm obsessed with you, with the Devil. I always feel like the Chariot is a resolute emotion. Like we know what we want. We just need the strength to execute. My nerves are getting the better of me. I feel like this person really wants to come forward with some type of offer for you. Pile 1, I feel like this person in an ideal world would be in a relationship with you. I've thought about you spending time with my family and I, and they also are, that's what they also want to say, is that I can anticipate more here. It's like I can see us building in the future. It doesn't have to be all fire. We can start this process, but they're worried that it's not mutual. Let's get a few more message cards to see. What do they wish they could say right this moment? To pile number 1, please. We could have it all together. This person is crushing so hard on you, pile 1. They're afraid that they've sort of already sunk into the friend zone, but they're crushing on you so hard. I just saw dreaming of my dramatic return. I want it to be me and you at the end of the day. I can't decide what to do. And my feelings for you are my biggest secret. I am secretly terrified. Their nerves are getting the best of them. They're secretly terrified to bring forward the offer or to proclaim how they truly feel, of all of this curiosity of wanting to see where this can go. My nights are long and filled with you. And this needs to stop. The pressure, the cat and mouse game, the internalized conflict that they are feeling, but they're fueling this conflict at themselves in this moment. No time for a plan, I'm coming. And back of the deck says, I'm so jealous. So they get so jealous of you as well. Or not of you, but of people perhaps around you as well. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. The very last thought that this person had about pile 1 in the bowl, please. 5 of Cups. I feel like they're afraid that they're going to regret this. Yeah, there's the Six of Cups. Very strong friendship element here. Somebody who does think so highly of you already. There's an emotional connection between the two of you. I feel like there's a really strong crush energy between the two of you, but also blurred lines and some confusion as well. I feel like they're afraid they're going to miss a chance, or they're afraid they've already missed the chance, or they're on the cusp of that. And they're waiting for like a perfect opportunity, or waiting for certainty. But what they really need to do is just kind of pick themselves up and push through that fear, because the Six of Cups is always an energy that's worth the effort. But it also, the sixes for me are also very collaborative, so I feel like they may need a little bit of a encouragement if you feel the same way about this person. We have cool, we have the letter P and S and S. It's like psst. It's like I've got a secret. We have under the microscope. I do think about schooling or maybe work connection, but also somebody who feels like they're under a microscope right now, or they want to look closely, they want to explore something, dig deeper into the connection that is already in place between the two of you. We have the turtle on his back. I think of the Knight of Pentacles, so somebody who is being asked to act in integrity. I do think of somebody who is very reliable and steadfast. Earth energy. We have the King of Pentacles, or we have a crown here. We have the Two of Pentacles. And the music note, I think of making beautiful music. The Seven of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. So a lot of uncertainty that is causing almost more obstacles that we have to overcome here. But there's a lot of potential here. There was the yin yang, and there's definitely the desire for a relationship. All right, pile one, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. And I also offer private readings through my Etsy account, and that link is below as well. But I hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 2. You are drawn to the yellow flower, or to the mystery card here, and this is your reading. What does the person on your mind wish that they could say to you right this moment? The mystery card is the High Priestess, and here is the Cheshire Cat. The High Priestess always keeps secrets, or she sits upon mysteries that she already knows the answers to. She sort of guards the veil between this world and the next. And so this person is sort of sitting upon this feeling that they have. They're keeping a secret about how they feel about you. And the Cheshire Cat, I always think about lack of direction in that movie or in that book. You know, they didn't know which way to send Alice, either this way or that way. And there was a lot of confusion surrounding what the Cheshire Cat was trying to say. So there's a feeling about talking in riddles, or maybe trying to send energy or send messages about the connection or how they're feeling. I also feel like maybe there was a little bit of it's like they thought that they were sending a lot of signals to you in the past, and maybe they didn't feel like you picked up on some of those signals. So let's take a look here. I'm going to use the Joie de Vivre Tarot for you to start. What does, just that light a little bit, what does this person on pile 2's mind wish they could say to pile 2 right this moment? Knight of Wands, Three of Wands. We're starting with a lot of fire for you, pile 2. It could be Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. But it's expansion, it's movement, it's fire, it's desire. It's more. And that's what they want to say. It's like more, more, more. But there's the Eight of Swords. It's this feeling about charging full speed ahead, and then it's like the crash test dummies. That's what I'm seeing, like the crash test dummies that slam into the brick wall. We have the Queen of Swords in the reversal. This person really wishes that you would say more. They really wish that you had said more, or that you would say more in the present moment. It's like they wish that you were the leader here, and that they wouldn't have to be the leader in this present moment, because they feel confused about your feelings perhaps, but they also feel confused about their capacity or their ability to be able to come forward to speak to you or to take some sort of action, because they feel stuck. They feel like it's a risk to come forward to speak to you in some way. We have here the Page of Swords, and we have the Star. This person would like to start out by saying that they do watch you. They keep tabs on you, pile 2. There's this feeling about learning and education. There's almost like a teacher energy or some sort of like an education energy surrounding the connection. So maybe you're a teacher, or you have been a teacher. There's Aquarius energy here for the Divine Feminine as well. We have the Six of Swords. The Hanged Man reversed. Can we clarify the Queen of Swords reversed, please? I will say this person, with some of the messages that they want to speak to you, it's like they are speaking from a place of confusion, and it's coming from a place of a lot of uncertainty, and it's almost coming from a place of a bit of a victim mentality. We have the King of Swords supporting the Queen of Swords reversed. The Three of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Three of Wands, Knight of Wands. We have that again supporting the Page of Cups. There's the little rabbit, the rabbit that wants to go exploring, but there's so many nerves surrounding the rabbit as well. And there's something about determination, because they just showed me the Care Bear stare with the Page of Cups with the little heart on his belly. They're showing me this determination. It's like this person wants to say, I'm determined to get the information out of you. I'm determined to get the answers that I seek, because you're not giving them up to me. And so there's this feeling about frustration that they want to communicate to you in this present moment, because they really want to emphasize how beautiful you are, how attractive they find you, how much influence you have over them that makes them want to take action. But there's like a brick wall that they feel like they're hitting, and they feel like they need some clarity from you, or they need a little bit of help from you to even give them the impression that you're interested, or that this is two-sided at all, because they're really concerned about that. But it's like they are determined to get that answer. I feel like this person wants to come forward with an offer, and I feel like they actually might in the future. In fact, that's one of the messages that they're bringing forward, is that I want more out of this connection, and I'm determined to get my answer come what may. This Knight of Wands, who started out your reading with the Three of Wands, is here again saying, even though I'm hitting a bit of a brick wall, I might just take the risk to get the information that I need, even though it doesn't feel like it's very fair to me that I'm the one that's always the aggressor. It's like they're getting frustrated because they are so confused, because there's something about your smile that catches them off guard as well that they want to mention. Something about you catch them off guard even with your smile. Something about your hair too. You could be a Leo energy. Even though they're presenting themselves as fire and the Queen's here as sword energy, there could be a Leo here. But they're presenting your smile and your hair as really profound. And you distract them. And for someone, you distract them in the work environment. So this person really wants to emphasize that as well. But there's something about you working out, or maybe this is in the gym for someone too, because there's this feeling about you working on yourself and how they've noticed that. They notice that maybe you put yourself together a little bit in the work realm, or in the gym, or in school, but you are well put together. You know how to make yourself look really good, and they notice that. And they wonder if you're doing it to almost torture them or something. Like they wonder if you're doing it to tease them or to drive them a little bit crazy. And they've noticed, because they're watching very closely, and you're acting as some type of temptation. And I feel like the temptation might pay off, because they do have intentions of taking action towards you. What do they wish they could say to you, please? I feel like they wish you would say more. They keep saying that too. It's like, it's not fair that I'm going to have to come out of the blue and pop up and say, this is how I feel. I wish that you would be more forthcoming with how you feel. They get a little bit intimidated by you as well. Because I feel like some days there's a lot of, they feel a lot back in return from you, and some days they do not. We have here shark, be careful. It says here, take care, or there will be a loss of material wealth. It doesn't have to be financial wealth. This is like Five of Swords energy, about somebody who's conflicted because they're worried that if they take action, you might just outright reject them. With this Queen of Swords reversed energy. But we have climbing the ladder of success, and we have a money path will be waiting for you. This could be a work connection, as I said. And they have these, and I feel like there's intention here. Like there's a path that's waiting for me to find it, and I'm going to go exploring. I'm going to go exploring down this path. Even with the, it's interesting that this card came out with the path waiting, because the Cheshire Cat sends Alice on a path, and a very confusing path. We have June being significant. That could be a name, or it could be a significant month for this connection. November as well, and romance, celebration, and party, and a wish that is granted. This person has so many sort of crush energy surrounding you, and they have a lot of desire when it comes to more. As I said, more fire, more attraction between the two of you, and they plan on sort of doing the work. They plan on doing the work. I do feel like there's a really strong sense of work realm energy here. So if you hope that this person will take forward or come forward and take some sort of action towards you, I feel like they're going to. Oops. What do they wish they could say right now, please? We have here generosity reversed. They really, it's almost like they're screaming out. It's like, you drive me crazy. What do you feel for me? It's like, do you feel the same way? It's like, sometimes you act so cold around me. Why? So it's like there's this feeling about them wanting more generosity, because sometimes they feel like they're talking to a brick wall, or they're getting energy. It's like they're sending energy out, but they're not receiving anything back. We also have here stability. And we also have purity as well in the back of the deck with the unicorn. They are emphasizing you as this unique, beautiful being, as the everything beautiful about the divine feminine, sensual and attractive and smart and capable and independent. There's just something so, there's a force behind you that I really feel. This force behind you. And they've been taking their time as well. It's like there's a lot of imbalance. They're taking their time with the temperance energy. But you throw them off as much as they try to stay confident, and they try to be assertive in the environment that they know you. You distract them in that environment. Oopsie. What do they wish they could say right now, please, to pile number 2? Right this moment. Say right this moment to pile number 2, please. I am so attracted to you. Knight of Wands, multiple times. The Empress, the 9 of Pentacles. It's like they really want to clarify this. Like, I have to get this off of my chest. I regret lying to you. I've been keeping secrets about how I truly feel. And that's the mystery of the High Priestess. Afraid to go out on a limb. There's the cat on the limb. I worry that I messed up everything. I know I messed up everything. There could have been a mild conflict with this person for someone watching in the past. Like, they could have disappointed you in some type of way. They could have rubbed you the wrong way or given you a poor impression of them. And it's like they want peace from that situation as well. They're worried that that situation may have triggered your opinion of them in the present moment. You came closer than anyone to breaking through, really setting yourself apart. And I don't react when people mention you, because they are wearing really heavy masks at this time. I couldn't let you get too close to me. But this almost feels reversed, or it may not be reversed, but there's a sense of you perhaps being cold to them in this environment because of perhaps a conflict that happened in the past. Because there's an emphasis on them trying to protect their own interests perhaps in the past. And so this could mean that maybe, I'm almost getting the sense of like getting thrown under the bus or something in a work environment. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. But there's some type of mild conflict they felt between the two of you, and they hope that that did not wreck their chances, but they feel kind of frustrated that you're still upset about something that happened between the two of you in the past. Let's get a couple of message cards here to see. What do they wish they could say to you right this moment? I fancy everything about you. I feel like I'm almost getting a sense, though, that what they haven't said is that they're sorry for something from the past, and maybe you want to hear that. Like, you want to hear that they are they understand why you were upset. This feels like an obsession. Forgive me, there it is. Forgive me coming through. Something about conflict between the two of you, but wanting peace from that situation. Soulmates, is that what this is? And we also have here, I would try again in a heartbeat. Maybe there was a stop and start in this connection in the past. I want to call you, but would you answer me? They're really concerned that the Divine Feminine is upset here, or doesn't have a very high opinion of them in this moment. I feel like you have a high opinion of them, but you may still be a little bit upset with them. I want to make you my spouse one day. Because this energy, the Empress and the Nine of Pentacles, that is spouse material. I'm trying to figure myself out. And the back of the deck says, I'm haunted by this connection. So they think about this connection all the time. They're thinking about you, but they're keeping it very secret. They're also watching you, so they could be watching you again in the environment that they know you, or even online. What is the very last thought that this person had about pile number 2 in the bowl, please? The Chariot. We have Cancer energy. Leo, the Sun. We have 2 of Pentacles. Everything's sideways in the bowl today, just like pile number 1. And this Sun energy is about clarity, feeling vulnerable, but bringing forward that clarity as well, and really thinking that the two of you have a shot here, thinking that there could be more to this connection than meets the eye. But they're really on the fence about when or how they can take the action that they want to take. They know which action they want to take, and they have intention on taking that action, but it's like they're waiting for a perfect opportunity. And they were thinking about that in relation to you, pile 2. We have the chain of events that will affect our life, or even, again, in a positive way or a negative way, and even attachment, codependency, mending and fixing things between the two of you. Good luck on the behalf of the 4-leaf clover here for the Divine Masculine. We have the letter T and I. We have Made with Love, and we have the 5-piece here, the nickel. It has a beaver on it from 2015. I think of a very family-oriented energy. I think of hard work, so the work realm. We also have a Monopoly with the Divine Masculine boot. It's like somebody who has a monopoly on something. Pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Drop a comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me, and be sure to hit your like button, share this video, hit your notification bell so that I can notify you if you're chosen the winner, and it would really help me out. Be sure to hit your notification bell so that if you are chosen, I can get the ball rolling, because I do often have a hard time getting my winners to reach out to me. But I hope that you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. We're drawn to the red flower, or to Alice here in the Fool, and this is your reading. What does the person on your mind wish they could say to you right this moment? Now, Alice here is about to go over these stepping stones, and there's this aspect of taking a risk and taking a leap of faith, and so your person really wants to speak about that, about what they wish that they could do, about the risks that they are feeling, and this could even speak about a precipice of change and sort of the things that they dream about, because I always think of Alice in Wonderland as being this dreamlike state. And so there's this dream that they have in regards to you. This could be a very strong crush energy that they're having. They could also be wanting to speak to you about a risk that they want to take with you, or a risk that maybe they wish that they had taken with you in the past. So what does pile number 3's person wish they could say to them right this moment? I'm using the Muse Tarot for you to begin your reading, for those that are interested. What do they wish that they could say right now to pile number 3, please? The 7 of Swords. Oh, they're keeping secrets. They're not being honest with you about how they truly feel. And there can be an aspect with the 7 of Swords, too, of looking backwards, looking into the past quite a bit. There is the King of Pentacles. There's this message about bridges over troubled waters. There's the Star of Aquarius. I do feel like this person is like wishing upon you quite a bit here. Here's the 4 of Swords reversed. What do they wish they could say right now, please? There's this message coming through about the stepping stones that this connection has created for this person to come to certain epiphanies about you, and sort of the steps that they've taken in life to reach these conclusions about you. We have the High Priestess as your backup deck with the Three of Cups, and there's an emphasis on reunions, and this person wants to emphasize that. They wish that they could have a reunion. This person wants to return to you, or return to the world, return to a time and place when they could return to you, or when they had freedom to do so, because I do feel like this person feels far away from you, or you just feel unattainable. And that could be because of your position. This could also be because of your person's position, but you feel unattainable to them, and they feel like they made a lot of mistakes. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This actually, sorry, my throat's closing. Just take a sip of tea. This actually feels like a really long cycle, like a 10-year cycle, maybe more for someone watching, because this person has been going through this cycle for some time, and it's like they've evolved from the Fool energy to the Wisdom energy of this High Priestess, and so there's this emphasis on time having been spent on this connection, but not necessarily together. Time having been spent thinking about you, and they are emphasizing that about this long cycle that they feel like you have influenced them. And now they're speaking again about the bridge over troubled waters, and this looks like a keyhole to me. And the King of Pentacles, you know, he's amassed a lot. He's really responsible. Has a lot of experience, and there's this feeling about having gained a lot of experience, maybe since this connection, since the past of this connection. We have the Knight of Wands, and that's what they really want to speak about, is that their feelings for you compete with their environment now. It's like they have to, yeah, the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Wands reversed. And this environment, their responsibilities and their focus on it is creating some frustrating delays for them in the present moment, because this person is dying to say something and take a risk, but they're also afraid of not having a sort of reciprocal sort of energy. They're afraid that you won't be there to catch them in that risk. They're afraid of the Tower moment, but they've also had these ahas in relation to you. These moments, these epiphanies about you, about the connection, about your, perhaps even a friendship from the past, and some clarity. It's like they finally have seen the light, but the light came too late. We have the Hanged Man. Back of the deck is the Tower again, and the Queen of Pentacles. They have this they keep speaking about the two of you could have had it all together, and this was a message that came out in pile number 2 in a different way, but there's this energy of like, we could have built everything together. We could have built everything together. And they're wondering, do you feel this way at all? Do you carry any of this weight with you as well, or am I carrying it all by myself? It's like, am I carrying it all by myself? Do I have to bear the weight, or are you also feeling this way? And they're really worried about returning to you. Even though this is what they desire, they're really concerned about it, because they're concerned about what effect it will have on your environment and their environment. They're speaking about both of you. So you may be on sort of parallel paths with this person. The two of you may both be invested in other connections, for instance, in this present moment. And that you know, that if that resonates with you, please take that and leave what does not. But you both may be invested in some type of commitment cycle right now, and that's what's causing the necessary frustrating delays that they feel right this moment. But they also want to communicate that appearances are deceiving, and just because they're not taking action doesn't mean that they don't want to, or that they're not thirsty for more here. This is the end of like a very long cycle, and they don't even perceive that it's going to end until it's like, I almost feel like it's not gonna be over till the fat lady sings. It's not gonna be over until there is some effort put into the stagnation in some way. And they know that they want to change, but they're also not prepared in this present moment to create the havoc that may be necessary, the risk that may be necessary to create change. And it's like they're not willing to take the risk unless they feel like you're right there with them in the same breath. We have here V for victory, victory in some endeavor. I think of the Hierophant, and I think about commitment cycles. I think about evolution spiritually, and you know, even practically speaking. There could be work realm connections here for someone as well. Success assured with good plans and hard work. And they do feel like it's like we could have it all together. It may not be possible right now because of our responsibilities or our commitments or our positions, but we could have it all together. Financial gain, usually from something you did in the past. And I think about the dolphin as joy, abundance. It's leaping here out of the water. I think of friendship as well. Reunions. There's the Three of Cups. They want to also ask you about, can we go back to where we started? Like, can we try again? That's a message I'm getting as well, is I wish that we could try again. That I still feel like there's potential there. I still feel like there's more that's possible for us. But they realize right now that now is not the time, or they're worried as well about confusion and delusion. Here's the Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups. They want to know, do you feel this way? Are you bearing the weight? Do you want reunions as well? How do you feel about me? They want you to feel a lot about them. They want you to feel a lot of love for them, but they're worried that they are deluding themselves, or they're worried that they are having an unrealistic expectation, and that uncertainty is what's keeping them in limbo, keeping them stagnated, or keeping them from surrendering to what they want to do in the present moment, which is going to require work. Because there's this temptation of the snake that's crawling up the scales. There's the two cherries, which is very physical and filled with desire and filled with curiosity. And then the two lilies of spiritual love as well. Back of the deck says Fox, shrewdness, especially in business, and resourcefulness. So this person could be an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. I always get a really strong Libra energy with that Fox card. And they feel like they're being cautious. And they feel like they have to be cautious, at least in the present moment. What do they wish they could say right now, please, to pile number 3? We have here water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. This card is all about self-care. And you can see this person is waist deep in water as well. I feel like this person really wants to tell you that you influence them more than you realize. That they use this connection or their thoughts of you as a way of doing something for themselves, as a way of self-care, as a way of escapism. Because they have fantasies about you. Ooh. Jump in and you're attracted to the Fool, Andromeda, adventure, say yes to change. And they want you to know that that's what they want. They want to be seen, the courageous peony, unique nature, multifaceted. They want you to understand that what is being shown in their position, in sort of their actions, is not indicative of how they truly feel. That how they feel is very multifaceted when it comes to you, but they do feel like there's a huge risk involved with jumping into the connection head first. Let's get some message cards here. What do they wish they could say right this moment, please, to pile number 3? Time to ground yourself. And they do not think that now is the time. They feel like delays are necessary. Otherwise, this Tower energy could come in. But I'm addicted to you. Let me have you. Secrecy, the Seven of Swords. Making off with something that doesn't belong to me in the present moment. But not wanting to create havoc for your situation as well. They feel like you have a lot of weight on your shoulders too. Like you may be in the same boat as they are. You are my everything. And the star is here. It's like they focus, they pray, it leads them, it influences them. I'm terrified to make changes at this moment. But it's like they've had the conclusions. They've come to the revelations about you. The Four of Swords is now reversed. It's like I've completed this cycle of reflection. I want to come out of hiding. I'm open to, let me hold you. I'm open to compromise. Again, the Seven of Swords energy. The Two of Pentacles, I always think of with the I'm open to compromise energy. They're still holding space and they want more. They can't take on more action right now, but they have intentions of taking action ultimately. I miss you. Do you ever miss me? Is on the back of that deck. What do they wish they could say right now to pile number 3, please? My attraction is way more than physical in this connection. Although I feel like there is a very strong physical connection. They feel like it's more than meets the eye. Whoops. But we look good together. And I will say we have the King and Queen of Pentacles. The two of you would look very good together. It's like you match each other perfectly, or you're both exceptionally good looking people. Are you mad at me? It's like they are terrified. And they would hate to have you have a poor opinion of them. I think about that last day a lot. But I'm worried that this may be all one-sided. And I want to see you so badly. Back of the deck says, I fell so hard and so fast for you, perhaps like a tower falling. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. The very last thought that this person had about pile 3 in the bowl. Please. The Sun, the Hanged Man reversed. We also have the Three of Pentacles reversed. The very last thought they had was about sort of uprooting foundations or breaking down institutions that they are a party to in the present moment, and wondering if they have the nerve, kind of feeling like a traitor in their thoughts in relation to how they feel about you, feeling like a traitor perhaps in their environment. And knowing that they're going to have to be very vulnerable in order to execute change. There's also an emphasis here on children. So this person could have been thinking about their children or your children, or maybe even a past energy between the two of you in childhood when you were coming of age. There's emphasis on sacrificing something for children, though. We have the letters V and S. We have S multiple times, S, S, S. The letter P. We also have she, and a lot of attraction, a lot of the sort of power in your position. You hold a lot of sort of power in your position over this person. We also have here the triangle, I think of mountains, but third party. And then we have the tower. Tower was a theme in multiple energies in your deck or in your spread. And we have the tower falling over here, the Eiffel Tower. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. Hope it resonates with you. Please drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell, your like button. It helps me to bring you guys more content, and then it helps me to notify you if you're chosen the winner. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and that link is below as well. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.